Next, we have Olivia, who the first thing I wrote, she sang "Someone to Watch Over Me," so she sang a jazz standard. Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes, she did.
It's from a musical. I forget which one. I said, well, and there it is. And there it is. I wrote this 4 times. And there it is. And there it is. She sings BGVs on the off season when she's not in The Voice. She's booked singing BGVs for one of the biggest soul singers of right now. In that of Teddy
Booked and busy.
Okay?
I
said, okay. I said, well, there it is. I said, everybody pack it up. Just pack it up, please. So pack it up. I said, this is what I wrote next. I said, this is going to be a big risk for Olivia. If she can deliver, which I believe she can, it will be undeniable. I said, I think this song is too sophisticated for a lot of the viewers of this show. And I know that's a little mean. That's a little pitchy. I'm not saying of all. I'm not saying of our pitch, because our pitchies are very sophisticated and know their stuff.
That's right.
Okay? I'm talking about for a lot of those voters. I said this is going to go over a lot of their heads unless they do. And this, I wrote this all down before she sang. I said we know Olivia's going to deliver, and then it opened. I said, I said the Kim Cruise of it all. I said, okay. So to Stephanie's point, the set tonight, everything, production tonight was just spot on. I said, they have her in black and white. They have a nightclub scene.
Yes,
I said the Jessica Rabbit of it all. That's the first thing I wrote. I said the Jessica Rabbit of it all. And for all you young heads, I'm talking about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Go and watch Jessica Rabbit sing her song. Google it.
That's who I was trying to think of, and I could not think of her name.
I said, look at what the camera is doing to... I haven't even gotten to Olivia singing, you all. I said, look at what the camera is doing to Olivia. And then I wrote, no, better yet, look at what Olivia is doing to the camera. I said, it's perfection.
It's perfection.
I said, she is the complete package. No one else is even close on the show. I said, the slight turn of the head, like this. The slight glance into the camera. The slight squint when she sings. You all have to understand, this was live. Everything she did was as if I was watching a movie.
Absolutely.
It was live. There was no hair misplacement. There was no glance misplacement. Everything, the camera just stayed transfixed on that face. And the vocal she delivered, especially, she sang it straight. She does the typical pro thing that you need to do with a song that so many people do. Sing it through once. Give us the melody, because standards require melodic singing. You need to sing the melody. And then in the back half of the song, you bring Olivia to the song. And it was just perfection. I have no notes other than what I was witnessing with my eyes. I need to go back and listen to it again because I was so transfixed by what she was doing to the camera and the performance of it all. I already know, Stephanie, you don't have to tell me because I already know the vocal was flawless. And it was beyond.
Oh, it was absolutely flawless.
It was beyond flawless. It was
outstanding.
Night.
And
if not the.
And to your point, like, she was very she's always very intentional. There were a lot of like really jazzy choices at the top of the performance, but when you got into the middle, she almost went into her full voice, chest voice, and was projecting a little bit more. And I was like, you better give them diversity. You better give them a full song. You better show them all that you can do. And it really it really made the performance and it made the song, as John said, fresh. It made it like the way she put the full performance together made it much more approachable and a much more fresh and so interesting.
Stephanie, what's the note you always give to some of the most riveting performances that you relate to when a dancer does? What's that note?
Oh, all lines were finished. Everything was finished. And Olivia is just always so intentional about every line of a song. Like, I would love to see the way she crafts an arrangement and to see the process, because nothing is without thought. Everything is intentional, and it is evident, and it is clear. Can we bring back this style? Can we bring back this style, please? Can we please? I mean, you gonna have to do it, Olivia, and I only trust you to find other people
That's why
to do it.
standards are timeless.
But yes, we need this style of singing back. And she has proven that it doesn't need to be something that's a throwback. It can be right now. It can be right now.
Wow. Wow. How are you going to give us 2 moments 2 weeks in a row? Like, I don't get it, Olivia. Like, you gave us incredible moments 2 weeks in a row. That's like
John was in tears. Like, John Legend had tears in his eyes.
2 weeks in a row. There's only one other singer on this show that's ever done that.
That's right.
Since we started on the Pitch podcast.
And yeah.
Whew. Okay.